There are many books about grief after loss of a beloved, but they almost never talk about sex. As research for this book, I read and perused dozens of contemporary books specifically about grief after death of a spouse or beloved partner. Almost none of them mentioned sex, and of those that did, rarely more than a page was about this important part of life. It's time to talk out loud about sex and grieving. My love affair with Robert Rice was the reason I decided to write about sex and aging at age 61 with Better Than I Ever Expected, straight talk about sex after 60. Over 14 years, one book turned into 4, and this one makes 5. Senior sex education in its many forms, books, articles, my blog, nakedaturage.com, speaking engagements, Q&A column, webinars, a newsletter, became my mission and my life. But when my second book, Naked at Our Age, Talking Out Loud About Senior Sex, was just a glimmer in my eye and 2 pages of notes, Robert, my then husband, died. Died. That word insists that I write it again and again, as if the word is animate and claws repeatedly at my heart and my tear ducts. My grief journey has lasted more than 10 years as I write this book at age 75. I've gone from such intense wailing, sobbing, and keening that I couldn't leave the house to living with joy again, becoming capable of laughter and intimacy once more, and letting a new, dear person into my heart. During that time, I cycled through a roller coaster of despair before learning to be a fully alive, sexual being again. Many people helped me in my grief journey. I pay it forward by helping others. Part of that debt repayment, I realize, needs to be a book with this narrow focus. How do we become capable of sex and intimacy when the person we want most to share this with is dead? How do we find our way to letting someone else in? How do we know when we're ready? Is there one way that works for everyone? The easy answer to that last question: no. We all experience grief in our own way, and that includes the myriad ways that we invite sex into our lives, or don't, and we change along the way. We all respond differently, and as you'll hear me say throughout this book, however you respond is normal.